A small boat was heading toward a mysterious island. The protagonist, Jack, was on his way to investigate a baffling missing person case. On this secluded island surrounded by water, a highly dangerous female psychiatric prisoner had vanished without a trace. However, what puzzled Jack even more was that his partner seemed to know him inside out, while Jack himself had no memory of this person. Despite his suspicions, the urgency of the mission left him no time to dwell on his doubts. Little did he know, the mystery was only beginning. As soon as the two men stepped onto the island, Jack noticed the guards were unusually wary of them, even somewhat hostile. At that moment, a group of people on an open field were conducting a thorough search. Signs hung crookedly, and the perimeter walls were topped with electrified fences, hinting at dark secrets hidden behind the island's heavy doors. The deputy warden gave them a brief introduction to the layout of the prison. The red building housed male inmates, the women's section was to the left, and the central castle held the most dangerous psychiatric patients. Accessing the castle required approval from higher authorities, and according to protocol, they had to surrender their weapons immediately. Jack's partner, however, fumbled awkwardly and couldn't even properly remove his gun, which made Jack question his competence. Meanwhile, the prisoners, shackled in handcuffs and leg irons, were under such strict confinement that escaping seemed nearly impossible. At that moment, a frail woman with sparse hair caught Jack's attention. He signaled for his partner to stay quiet. The woman appeared to have endured unimaginable suffering, and Jack couldn't shake the impression that guilt on this island seemed to automatically equal conviction. In the warden's office, Jack's gaze was drawn to a painting on the wall. His instincts told him there was more to it than met the eye. The warden, speaking with unsettling candor, admitted that extreme methods had been used in the past to treat patients. These methods included whipping and even drowning, under the belief that such measures could drive out their illnesses. Jack was horrified by this revelation, but chose to change the subject to avoid raising suspicion. He inquired about the missing female prisoner. The warden explained that the missing prisoner, Rachel, was a single mother who had drowned her 3 children in her home due to her mental illness. After being detained on the island for 2 years, Rachel continued to live in a delusional state, believing she was still at home. She imagined the hospital staff as delivery workers, postmen, and other roles to sustain her denial. The warden handed Jack a photo of Rachel, and as soon as Jack saw it, flashes of painful memories flooded his mind, causing a sharp headache. The warden offered him aspirin to ease the pain, and then resumed explaining the case. After Rachel's disappearance, the entire island had been searched thoroughly, but no trace of her was found. Her cell had been locked from the outside, making an escape seemingly impossible. Yet somehow she had vanished as if into thin air. When they visited Rachel's cell, Jack discovered a small piece of paper wedged in the floorboards. Written on it were the words, "Rule of 4. Who is patient 67?" Meanwhile, Jack's partner found that Rachel had left behind only 2 pairs of shoes in her wardrobe, suggesting she had escaped barefoot. The 2 men went outside, and the deputy warden pointed out that the island was surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs, with the dock being the only viable escape route. However, Rachel hadn't gone there. Jack then pointed to a lighthouse in the distance and asked about it. The deputy warden dismissed it as part of the island's drainage system, but quickly changed the subject, as if trying to avoid further discussion. Jack couldn't shake the feeling that something about the lighthouse didn't add up. That night, Jack and his partner searched the entire hospital, questioning staff and patients, but no one could provide any useful information. Even Rachel's primary doctor, Dr. Sheehan, was conveniently on leave. Later, the warden invited Jack and his partner to his home for tea. While there, classical music by Mahler played softly on the record player, adding an eerie undertone to the unfolding mystery.